Ezechimishi David Alfredogo, the moderator, New Bassa political movement. Okuman Shaura about drug abuse, early marriage, ban to or say no to early marriage. Shaura the Queen Tatwajitala, I really love it. From yesterday, I think it came up from yesterday. And Lumunayde Manje Mokulane. There's nothing to react again because all of you have said what it was for all of us. And Yajigana Tamuti revisit Numana Dumaji Tatarana International why that has to do about the background stories in the PNG were migration of Bassa here and there. There's one particular reasons. Why I was doing it in piecemeal. I started discussing about Bobassa that came through the Benue Valley, northeast through Taraba. Now I now came into Zaria. I now came into Niger State. The spread of it has shown that Bobassa migrated from somewhere before you even got to the map of Nigeria, all through north. And I've given these examples, but that I have my references. Like I said, I promised Jitala that a time will come, I will publish the details of all the references because I'm working on it as a book. And when you are dealing with people, in your midst of people, you have people who are naturally sentimental or are controversial on issues. You back up. And I want to call the attention of everybody. Makaratija, show a must you document it with or whatever, what you can do for yourself or whatever. All I've been saying that I really have, I've been drawing attention of people, wanting people to come up and say, no. I'll ask you, bring your terms, bring your references. I bring my references, we'll compare it. But people also came up to say, you believe in how did you know it? How did you know? What is the source? Those are matters. Now, I'm going to I'm going to touch some issues, just two issues. And again, I was in the context of all that we were discussing with from 5 days ago, which has to do about the Kwomu. Even when I've given the background of Kwomu, the existence of where it came from, it is the Kwomu Mountains. When Abassa came to southern Gombe, they invaded people that were around and they settled in the Kwomu Mountains. And the word was just corrupted from Kumo, Ringaron to Kwomu. And now, there's one cultural thing I didn't even mention. I remember that even when they were in the Kwomu Mountains, it's only Oyuko Ababana, Aja, Doko, Gure, Etuimbeni show. Aja and Shopo to make easily. Oyuko were the one they push out coming. I don't want to go into that, it's too deep. I listened to small police from Kwara. I think it's small police or small soldier, but one of them, I think German and reference the Wapanashi in the Gunukushi Bishu in the Bamani, but when she will get here. Komata Jeshueta Awalatanda. I want to talk on that. But no, it's not true. Because being here, attached with Bassa Kogi State, get a Bassa local government, get a Bassa Kwomu, it is because of our loga or Kwomu Biuku. My brother, it is not true. Though but Jimmy Shiduma Vaji any back of bed being get a vegetarian and even Bishita. It's not true, sir. Don't forget, I have analyzed to say that Bassa Nasarawa does not have Kwomu attached to him. Because there was never Kwomu. But those people that has the Kumo tag on their names, on their name, nomenclature, were the one that migrated and they moved with it to Bassa local government. But Bassa Nanja doesn't have Kumo, which was corrupted from the word Kumo. And go Solomon, Nasarawa State, Solomon from Nasarawa State, I think the last time I spoke with him about 3-4 years ago, he said he lives around Airport Road. He was one of the last speakers refer again to this matter, Bajalamade Mapa, this word Kwomu. I think it's one of the reasons why I have to come in. But let me digress more. There is one of our sister here, in case Imopuso, that has spoken. She told us how Bayasala background, exposure and experience, contact with our people because of where she found herself outside Bassa local government. But we never had the opportunity to map her details. Our cultural behavior, the way we have come up to explain about our social status. Then Njema Mappa, okay, this is how it led to this, to this, to this. But she asked one question, which I know that she has been given a response. But he came up say as I'm talking to you, though she wouldn't want some of you to know, because one time we have discussion, she said I shouldn't mention it. That lady that was talking to you people, she's not in Nigeria, she's in Germany. She's on scholarship, she's in Germany. I think she's on her PhD program. She was asking about migration, and Mama mentioned one thing I never wanted to say until I'm through with it. I'm talking with Abraham Collins. Abraham Collins is the president of the United Bassa organization in the Americans. He's in New Jersey. I'm relating with him about the issues of Nigeria. He has sent me the contact numbers of all the national executive in the Americans. I also asked of the Germany now, where my sister is, because my goal was to see how I can link her up. But the branch was there according to him. But when they had the national convention in 2022, that place, because like it was no longer tidy or serious or whatever, but there are other places that have branches, but not there. Let me not go there. But at least was able to forward a contact of the people. I've been chatting them, like the James Reeves is the vice president, the national treasurer Daniel Moore, uh, who the secretary general is Reverend Joseph Sifas, and the national board of chairman of board of trustees Thomas Hay. All those people Shabasa in America. We're going to link up to them. I'm working on how we reach out to them and get back to them. But I'm just bringing this one to answer that lady that I'm in Frankfurt. I will soon connect you. Like from tomorrow, I think I've even chatted the national president in New Jersey. And I'm going to send his number so that you can be chatting with him so people are there. There are also criteria that have given us about Nigeria, what we should do, what we should achieve. So I'm waiting to see when BCD will be settled, we want to resolve and we'll conclude. We'll move from there. Bassa will start benefiting from most of those their scholarship programs and other stuff. So Okuma, now to come up to this issue of Bassa Kwomu, the Kwomu, which is that issue. The sport police Jimmy Moko over here, Kwomu, it was enough for him to know. But even then, when that happens, there was already a Bassa settled. Don't forget, my Bassa Jaje violently pushed Agara from where we are today in Bassa local government. As early as 19th century. That 19th century, where you had the document that made reference to Kwomu again, where I signify to somebody, my Vijapata Okwomu, Dumala Storiata, guy here, Abobane, Evicho Oguma, the palace Aguma, Tabobano roundabout, Ebi Kishichi, Ebuma, Nuduko, Evicho Duko Oguma, Evijaba Volan, where Ben, on where Mr. Tokura, on where James Shigava, Yaji Kedampata round, Omon cement, Shikichinju Polu Koname. That was a location where a journey that started from Kaba go to Ida, from Ida to that place stopped because something happened and they couldn't move. What was it? Reference it was mentioned as early as late 20th century. Even before then, Kwomu was existing. A small police react. What was it? Actually, the early missionaries arrived in Kaba. When Kaba before Bassa, the early missionaries that you can give influence our practices, then has influence also our tradition in Bassa way of life. To language do, you can help to promote literacy and standardized language. I got a lot of say about Hislop, Neodane, B of BCF, Spencer Dibu. Now, these missionaries, there were three of them majorly in the early days. The first missionary, Bishop Samuel Ajayi Crowther, he was a Nigerian bishop who worked in the CMS and he played a significant role in translating the Bible. Yoruba, he was controlling Kaba and Lokoja. Then, when it moved to Ida, the British missionary, you go to CMS, about to establish no, Ida. He's an Irish and is it Joseph Shanaha at Tenji. He's an Irish missionary, Catholic missionary. Then an Amla that established several missions in the region. No Bassa, but somebody who they call John Christopher Taylor. This John Christopher Taylor, we give him Mr. Simbu Naminu Haguma, the palace Haguma, who are going to be able to know the big run about. Omotete from within Land Rover, a system, a computerized gadget. That was what was he doing? A movement was measuring the distance. The journey was to take routes to Oba, the Chikoruko. That thing, the way they did it, Kwash move to stop, it will stop there. You move. Kwash none speed or not, it is counting the normal pace. When they got to Koruko, not this Koruko, the first Koruko, the second Koruko, that was when there's a document that is titled The Burial of the Bassa Kwomu. The Burial of the Bassa Kwomu. It is written by one S. Olaritimehi in 1981. Kwashebi Benapata, there are other references like the one written by Green Jones in 1967. These are the anthropological references. When Bechikoruko, the book is the title of that write-up is The Burial in Bassa Kwomu. That was when Bech back to Fugo Namba Sugo photo, Mosugo bar photo. No, to Wolo Beni, Bepeni opportunity about his Zoom. That's when the picture Name, drawing, sketching. The sketch is going to use Yozupe, it was when the white man was given an opportunity in Koroko. Now, when Biukonam Land Rover, she didn't come out. Baba was with photo. When we with photo, back over we with the photo, baby, everywhere. Boso Mayaga Bakunalama, Banjeta. It was when they were moving from there. Bebechi Oguma, that place get a them runabout. They couldn't move again because it was that get a quarter twitching of Bararo everywhere. It started disturbing her. They have to turn from there. But they have to build that in the market to show that that journey ended there. That's why I get them Oguma runabout today. So why that thing is there, that's what it is. I think I've said that here. And when Bejegulo, when Reverend John Christopher Taylor was now heading back to Ida, he went back to Kaba. Joseph Shanaha Ganamida joined him, and when they went to Bishop Samuel Ajoy Crowther, they now have to bring somebody from Kaba, Marvel representative in Oguma. Since Reverend John Christopher Taylor was going back, but they represent Oguma, the MBC ma denju tat number pata. Ebi chuwai, denju ko namba, ishima yanda, kufugo namba go never push it, biasha kova where she push anamanga nambe abagata aja pata anamanga ndato from far bena mbaraka aswana Bassa Kwomu abagata na mapata aji tata. I've already seen the aborigines of that place. Bassa Kwomu aswana. That is the only place I can refer where butukonji direction uko. It's not about what Ogunukoshi Timbisho. Ogunukoshi just came to me those things. I got to share about Ogunukoshi, but by documentation, that is only where I know that somebody was made to know. Maybe Chua Pata. But you go there vici. At what a good and ho ho ho. They will start asking questions. What are you doing here? What are you doing here? Abaga tashe again ebre. Atoko number she will push apata. What you are asking, you are doing. You even some of them wanting to discuss with you, man, maybe neje. Abaga tashe nupe. Back from Niger State, Shebehe. I think this is where references like this were made. So the police, small police, Yashabush Lagane, I think that is where these references were done. So Yashe Atajala Matad Mapa like Solomon from Nasarawa State also asked, that is actually how it is. Then just like some also persons ask about language, you know, you grow to this level. Maybe that's why we have to now have reasons to talk about language doxology. Because in this case, it has to do about the anthropological studies and insights on Bassa Kwomu people. Robasa, Abokobe Maberechi Takada, the Bassa of Nigeria. The title of the book is The Bassa of Nigeria, that was written in 1967 by Green Jones. Takadata provides an in-depth look at the people as Bassa, including the culture, language, and social organization. The Bassa Kwomu, as a title of a book, the Bassa Kwomu is a study of their culture and tradition written by Samuel Olantumeri in 1981. It's also a research that focuses specifically on Bassa Kwomu, exploring their cultural practices, social structures, and traditional way of life. So language, you transform. Like how to Tiaji Bassa Nanja, Tiaji Bassa Nukoki, Nasarawa, difference now. Even between us, Kogi, Nasarawa, FCT, we talk about some differences. I told you for example, Mata Bar, Ghana, or I think you could manje Jamapa Kama Toga Shabasa. Somebody also asked to Abasa Gotnam Lavera, they speaking the same Bassa. No. What Abasa? Somebody also asked that what of Abasa Vietnam or Togo? What of the ones in Cameroon? But Abasa actually, the truth of the matter is that from the migration, we knew we were Bassa. But Ofulele Wutichi, Denji Yoshiongo. When we talk about language doxology, it's a study. None about to generate praise, happiness. Language doxology. The study of the praise or worship of language, particularly in the context of linguistic diversity and cultural heritage. Let's say Okagata Wanangela Atibana Batia Joguma. Yeah, Oguma Jemma. Kobola Bakala 8 Shiva, you know, Sabi. Pidgin English. We're already speaking good English. Natwaga Ban Kolo. In Tizaba, we're speaking good English, not like more than Atota. Totala Noguma, Syria, you know, all those pidgin was already there. It floated from my Mbadekina through there. We started learning another English. You know, Sabi. We started developing interest. We give praises to that, you know, Sabi. For example, and we started speaking, we know Sabi. That's what we mean by language doxology. It's a praise worship. You give it a new language that is imbibed. Then you ever add to what you have known, and you start working on you. English doxology, it grows. So those things created versions, various versions, how languages grow. There is no ethnological background of what happened in the Tower of Babel. The Tower according to the Bible, but cause confusion, which the atheists are protesting today. And the good at speaking. So anyway, that's not the issue. So English doxology has to do about this thing. It is a Greek word. Doxo means praise. So why it happens that I've just told you about English doxology, where you pick interest, start praising those words, new thing that comes into you to add up to become another dialect. So, Kedadama to really why language is nam so we are the same thing. We are the same thing. Quash any effort ma promote endangered languages. That's recognizing the importance of linguistic diversity of cultural heritage and the identity of the new language in which large about we join neighbor. It is regarded as language revitalization. As if you are applying fertilizers from what you know you grow. So Gavin can buy in Bible. So even within yourself, it changes. I just give you an example. So those issues should not be surprise anybody, man. Why are together Makasabana? It depends on where they find themselves. And when English doxology, when you start developing praises and interest in what they say, you want to learn that one to adopt your own. I mean, you should be maybe you'll be dropping but to Kasabana. And when you live there for a long time, it becomes part of you. Where you left before you came there, those people don't know what you now know. If they meet with you the next 20 years, we'll be speaking different language, dialects. The broken piece of a language spoken by a tribe to another pieces become dialects. It means that it become a dialect. Language develop it became a dialect. I don't know if this thing is going to help us. Now, the Kwomu we're also talking about, I want to say, like I refer to the young man, small police from Kwara, and Solomon who was talking about Kwomu. Man, how do we look about it? Let me now tell you. Even if you decide to cancel the word Kwomu now, maybe it is because inferiority complex that they call you Kwomu does not take anything away from you. Because why? The documentation, language documentation, now Bassa Kwomu, in Bassa local government, all the documents from 1800 brand of Bassa as Bassa Kwomu. So if it is 2025, you now say, why are you called Bassa Kwomu? What difference does it make in you? Inferiority complex by cause nete. I can baga can get you for how could be eating whether be or gara or be or be river. At an occasion, I want to know how are you? Where do you come from? What tribe are you? May I am Bassa Kwomu? Yes, I'm proud of it. Because that's what the documents that signify, that stamp the seal of the aboriginal background Nagabade Inyechi Basakomu. I have no problem with it. Inferiority complex and that Oku. Bitoko was saying one thing original Basa. What makes somebody original Basa and the other one not original Basa? It is inferiority complex. If you feel better having a Kwomu, as something is wrong with you. It's not at all. Language documentation, efforts to document and preserve our endangered language was what came in. So how does it affect you? That's what Basa Kwomu. Yes, I'm Basakom. Look at yourself. It is only inferiority complex when you are shabby. What does it make? That's our document. Can you change it? Because if we have to go back to now discard those things to say we are not Basakom, if you even come up with the right of mind, you are not a Basakom, if you are from Basa of Kogiste, that means you are conflicting the documents that give back to you. Let's get that right. And everybody should know it. So the language in Nigeria today, there are about 500 languages and numerous dialects, almost 500, over 500. And there has been grammatical changes in dialects in the danger and Namaji in Nigeria, over 500. For instance, okay, there is no way Gamad Marva say it more, but we're all educated, we're all exposed, educated. If you look at the phonological changes of language dialects, like Yoruba, dialect Yoruba, as Yoruba is a tribe. Atogada Mine Kwara or your state has told us all this. Timip Yoruba. In fact, if you're talking of Yoruba, you are talking from Kaba here to Lagos. If you're in Lokoja, from Kaba to Lagos, the Yoruba fill the whole places, the cities, the towns, the villages, the states to Lagos, all filled by Yoruba. Immigrant Kwara everywhere. But they have different dialects. Geribo Oyo, Ijebu, and Egba. For example, Oyo dialects, you can under pronunciation Olorun, meaning God, as Olorun, Olorun. While Ijebu dialect, you are pronouncing Olorun, Olorun. In the game, Olorun. While this one is Olron, which means Ijebu and the Oyo people have different pronunciation of Olorun, which means God. I got to do actually Bassa, you have differences here. It should not be a problem to you. In fact, if we reach a local map together, show have Bassa, cover them a different dialect. Language, it many my Jeme, fine tune it and maintain the relationship. That's what matters. Hausa, atona ujiri going dialects na so atwa Kano, atwa Sokoto, atwa Zaria, for example. Atwa Kano, dialect Kada, Kata means not. Awo, that's Kada. While the Sokoto dialect Kata, Kata, negation Kada. So these are the differences. Even if you now that migrate from there to say, we're talking about the grammatical implication of how language has grown, how it changed, because language is alive. If you talk about the morphological changes, Rogbo dialect, yeah, there's several dialects. Oka, Unwa, Umune Ochu, for example, Oka dialects, yeah, you're gonna use suffix na to indicate a verb's past tense, while the Ngwa dialect uses suffix a. So Yoruba, you can exhibit these morphological changes. For example, the Oyo dialect, the prefix o or to indicate a person's name, while the Ijebu dialect uses the prefix I. It's a different distinct. Even if you go to the how do you call it, syntactical changes, when you go, for example, at Wakano dialect, Yajigana Buku language about she very good in English language. That studied English in the university. What you call the subject verb object. The subject verb object SVO. While the subject object verb. Rather, instead of SVO is now SOV. Atwaka Kano biakwa word order no going tabo you going maybe English terminologies and arrangement of verbs, pronouns, and present, past, participle. Or use what they call subject verb object. Yasha going against Sokoto Nabashe subject object verb. When you do part of the Yajigana and Yajik, for instance, Oka, Okwa, Nwa, Akwụkwọ, Takada, like Takada now. Let's say like the lexical changes of Akwụkwọ, which means book. For example, the Oyo dialect uses the word Akwụkwọ. Ejebu dialect of Akwu. So some of you normally give Kwara and other places see me think all those things. So I just want to be giving all these places market the Masha and not cause a confusion, because even if you go to the pragmatic changes of English terms or whatever, going by Oka dialects and the phrase in the O to greet someone, while the Nwa language uses the word Ndewa. So Bassa, I give example what meeting me differences why in Bassa, language is something that grows. The geographical location, the geographical and cultural factors yanda migration and contacts. Natama when people, group of people migrate in the focal, attain the focal, the language can spread, merge, and influence one another. That's the example I've all given. Then geographical isolation, where communities isolated by geography, such as mountains, rivers, it may develop distinct language and dialects. Yeah, I think why part of cultural changes like trade, education, and cultural exchange programs area facilitate learning and spread. And I got different dialect from Ofunaga Bane and Atunatua Patanava. There are also social and economic factors. Near aga rulership where they are colonized by empires and all of this target as the empires and colonization. The powers of those people that rule that place, you'll be subjected with what the populace believes in, leading language to spread into adaptation. Urbanization and migrations, all those things has to look at as people move to cities or migrate to new region, languages can spread and blend within a pattern. Linguistic factors, and the way our language changes, all those things. And like sound change, grammaticalization, and lexicalization. When the lexicons comes in, there's no way with language contact, a speaker, maintain language for from one point to another point. What of pigeonization, pigeonization and creolization? That is pidgin language. Creolizations. That's when governing you can even form a language. Just like English is a stupid language. It grows. To become a different thing. So it means also people can creolize. That's what we call creolization. Use your dictionaries and check some of those things and see mentioning, you will see it. Have you heard of archaeography? Where Atomayaga, languages, so all of them can be plenty, and they'll be dancing it in one stage to another stage. Abutuan Atoko, the Semberibu, the Pidgin Teni, you blend with it. You will see four people having a different language, and they will understand themselves just to outsmart people. That is what we call creolization. It's a simplified language in pidgin brackets, which area emerge as a result of contact between few people, group, and over time, this pidgin can evolve into full-fledged languages. So it means you creolize your own language, your personal language, you can change it on that. So this is how the terms of all those things has changed. So it shouldn't bother us. My language is a change or robasa. I think what matter is that Asha Bube in Nasarawa, Evichi Abuja, Aboku Denjuko Jimshekari Bassa Street. Embrace him as a Basavo. Make him understand my Denjuko Ashe. I'll move on. Idenji Timeni, like I have got Nasarawa, most of you will going. Atun Abuja will going. Yashi going in Adama. To achieve a particular age, bring yourself closer and discuss this with that language you understand. From there, gradually you grow to blend with your own tribe so that you don't lose contact. That is what matters. I think I have really said what I should say. And to recall back to what I've said, there was time I mentioned to answer to my sister who is in Germany, who is with us here, who contributed yesterday or 3 days ago. She also wanted to know why all these things are different. How can we reach out to ourselves? There's a lady in Germany I was chatting with that time. She's from Liberia. We've been friends for a long time. I think I got her number through her contact through her uncle, who even know my elder sister, Rebecca Dogo, who is a senior matron in Kojipol in the clinic there. She's part of us here. Because I remember when I was chatting, I think my sister didn't know that I know that man, because at the point we're discussing and she asked if I know her. Where am I Dogo? An ambassador. And I told her she's my sister. She said, "Do you know this person?" Yes. My sister may not remember. But I think the man said he was in Lokoja and he used to attend this is it Pastor Ibenu or so. Beni, the church Ibenu. That's where she met my sister from the chat I had with her. Then there was a lady again that started talking to me about her. She's in Germany. She's a teacher. She went there from Liberia. And we're talking. I just don't know how I can trace her chart or her number again. If you're my sister, I would have given it to you. The Maswaka that you say you don't want people to know that you are there. But I think it's a progress. We're also moving. And like I said, I'm talking with the national executives of the Bassas in the American. At Liberia share, I've gotten their own. But I was happy that the president and the chairman board of trustees of Uniboa, the Bassas in Americans, was able to chat me and give me telephone numbers of key people I'm chatting. I've left some messages with them. By now, maybe it should be morning or so. By tomorrow, they will respond. We want to grow. Where we're aiming at new Bassa political mess to get out of where we are. We will continue to do that. And our prayer is that when we are too sure of what we have, when we no longer have a factional BCDU, they will link up. Because I've made them to know that we have an apex body too. Okuma, thank you. I think that's the area I wanted to come in just to touch on those matters. For listening. For those who have ears, let them listen. But like I said also, some of those stories were given, some of those background informations were given. This is no longer a time of bragging now. Come up, let's help our people. Let's put our stories together. I said one thing because I know about how some people can be controversial. That's why I'm giving this story in piecemeals. Somebody called me yesterday about when I say the Egyptian story. I just even started from the 5th dynasty that collapsed in Egypt. I didn't go beyond maybe in the Middle East, where we actually came. We're actually the roots of Solomon, King David. Let me not go there. But that Tantashwama is a time, is a period. If you let's put our records together. I beg you, Makarata. What is there? Na Banimodu. Akayoko Minemi. Nyashika Bastas accept Minemi as the genuine thing, but I know what I'm saying. If you also know what you have, come up with your information. Put your own with my own together. Let's harness it. Let's have a true story. Because I'm already writing a book. I'm already compiling the story of Bassa. Irishima Sabo Bassa in my generation, mana ma wash ma yaga dasha yaga record of ourselves. I'm putting up that because I don't want to exhaust what I am putting together. But I've also in piecemeals. But there's need for me to put it together. I've had a reaction. Come up. Say story go to Penishiga Nashito. In the gay conflict this, in the gay supersede this. Come up with it with your facts. I also have my references down. Okuma, let's help our people. Let's have a history of ourselves. Okuma, thank you.
Hello everyone, where are you watching from? Wherever you're watching from, I want you to take a moment and like, subscribe, comment, and share. Thanks for watching.